Hey, Mike Healy here, and Dr. Laurette. I keep pointing the wrong direction over here. So we are good. I got to turn my phone down. I got to make sure that we are live. I think my internet's on here. Yep, we're good. We're good. So I think I can see myself and everything. Man, oh man, we are excited. I am so excited to interview Laurette Willis with you guys today. As you know, I put this in the post. I put, I made a nice. You like that graphic I made for you? That's pretty cool.
I do. Thank you.
Yeah, I figured out. I'm learning all these little techie skills. I'm definitely not where I want to be yet, or even want to take the time to learn higher level stuff. But it seems to be working pretty good. I was excited to get that out here. But I am so excited to have Dr. Laurette on here because Dr. Laurette Willis was probably one of my first people that I enrolled into the company, and we had kind of partially known each other from a little bit before, but not really. I don't even think we'd communicated before. And she had reached out to me. And what's kind of cool is I called her beast mode. I told her she was beast mode after I saw, because I knew she was doing well, and I knew she was building a really nice team, and she has some amazing people on her team already. But I didn't realize how much of a stud or studette you had become at customer gathering until the big board came across, when we've got 5,000 people looking at it, and the big board blows up and shows basically the top 10 people in the world, and you're right up there in the #1 spot. And that was awesome. I mean, to see, and you had, you've got Terry and Felicia on there with your personals, yours. I had, another personal of mine. I mean, to see that we have from, and I say we're all obviously a team, and, the kind of the boom time community, really, it's so exciting to see, of the top 10, 3 of them are, people we know and we work with on a regular basis. So it's so encouraging. I think that's really exciting for people to do that. I'm seeing a ton of people jump on here, and, I'm watching the numbers crank up. I'm probably going to babble for maybe another 30 seconds or so, and we're going to jump into it because I got back-to-back Zooms tonight as well. And don't forget, I'm going to throw this out there. At 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, which is Sunday, September the 8th, I will be conducting the iBuumerang presentation on the iBuumerang corporate Facebook page. They contacted me after the event and asked me to do it. So that's an honor. I think I'm pretty excited to be able to do that. And so I'll touch on that in a second. But looks like I got my numbers cranked up to where I need them to be. Dr. Laurette. All right, enough about me. This call is all about you, because obviously, if you want, give us just a quick where you live, who you are, a little about your background, and then I'm going to start asking you some questions, because it's probably the reason everybody wanted to be on here. Is a couple things. Is one, how'd you get so many customers, and how's that translated into building a team and things like that? What are you teaching? What are you saying? What are you acting, how you acting and things like that. So Dr. Laurette, go ahead, tell us a little bit about where you're from, and then maybe even why you looked at iBuumerang to begin with. So everybody, Laurette Willis.
Hey, thank you so much, Mike. It's an honor being here. Thank you for inviting me. Well, I'm originally from New York City, Long Island, had been an actor there for a number of years, improvisational comedy, and then moved to northeastern Oklahoma in the Ozark foothills, live on 40 acres. For a kid from New York, I mean, that was my dream. And that, by the grace of God and network marketing, made possible for us. I really am a huge believer in network marketing. My husband and I have been self-employed / God-employed since 1991. Have done everything from painting signs to cleaning houses, teaching at universities, doing shows, traveling, just all over. And really, network marketing provided that extra stability that we needed, that residual income. And we have a worldwide ministry called Praise Moves, praisemoves.com. We have hundreds of certified praise moves instructors around the world. And we have a staff of 4 part-time people, plus my husband and myself work full-time in the ministry. And we needed that extra that network marketing provides for us. And so I've been doing network marketing off and on for about 22 years now. And we've been able to keep our ministry going quite well by the grace of God, and without asking for donations, and being able to pay our employees as well, and keep our prices low for our instructors, because that's my heart, is to help as many people who want to be a part of what we're doing here. Now, why I chose iBuumerang. Well, this is what's so phenomenal, because the companies I've been involved with before, mostly health and nutrition, because part of my ministry, my message is health and fitness for spirit, soul, and body, the whole package. And so health and nutrition made sense. But as we've heard before, as Mr. Holton Buggs has said himself, our competition is not other network marketing companies. It's Amazon, it's eBay. And you know what? I was seeing, even though I had a team of thousands, I would see every month a lot of zeros, you know, of people who had not ordered in a long time, or they were one and done, or they stayed the average of, what is it, like 79 days, which is the average in network marketing. So when I saw you, Mister, because I was surfing around YouTube, and I've been following you for a while, and I saw that Holton Buggs, who I'd been following for years, was launching a company. So I'd written 2 training programs for network marketing companies, and I had used some of Holton Buggs' training. I'd listened to some of it and incorporated it in what I was doing. And I was like, he's starting his own company. Are you serious? I know the man of integrity, of motivation, the highest paid networker of all time, over $100 million in 10 years from one position. I was like, where do I sign? And then, Mike, when I found out that customers are free, that was the light bulb moment for me, because having been in health and nutrition, customarily, customers pay more. Premium prices, premium product, I get it. That makes sense. But that's a reason why a lot of them are like, okay, what's it on Amazon? What's it on eBay? To see that what we have here is to be able to give something of great value to the customer at no charge to them, no cost, for free. I call it the blessing revolution. All right. We take that boomerang, which, as Mr. Holton Buggs said, is an affirmation. I boomerang. That's what I do. I boomerang. Just like in Australia, right? We take that boomerang, right? And we boomerang it out there, and it blesses someone there with savings. And the moment that they activate that thing, what happens? Children are fed through Manna Relief and Children International. So it blesses the person with savings. It blesses the children with meals. When the people use it to book their site, right? Because they don't even have to book a trip yet, rather. They just activate the site, and children are fed, right? Well, when they use it for discount travel, and there are other things coming, because we are a tech company, travel is just the first service, right? When they use it to save money, we earn half of whatever they save. They save $100, we make $50. They save $1,000, we make $500. It's like, this has never been done before. So, long answer, short question. That's why I got involved in iBuumerang, because I've been around the block. I've had a number of success stories in network marketing before, but I, by the grace of God, and being a part of your team here, being a part of what we're doing here, this whole team, having amazing people join our team, have been able to earn, actually in my first 6 weeks with iBuumerang, earned more than I ever did the first 6 weeks, or maybe even sometimes 6 months in other companies. So kudos, man. It's I'm glad that the word is out there, but your timing's perfect right now, everyone. I would have to say that.
Yeah. So everybody, training's over. Obviously, if you can't figure out that it's conviction and not I wouldn't even say, I mean, you said you articulated it fantastic, but it's, if you look at how Laurette expressed what she was talking about, you have to remember, that in most cases, it's not the words you say, it's how you sing the song. And Dr. Laurette just obviously came across with some conviction. I mean, if you don't mind, send me a boomerang. I want to sign up because you don't make any sense. Even though I have a ton in my back office, I'm going to get one of yours because you sold me on it. But and I'll ask you a few questions. But I mean, I think I think the way you said it, and just how, the conviction of what you said and how you said it, is I think is one of the big takeaways you guys can really take from this right now, of how she's gathered hundreds of customers. If you look at some of the other people on our team that are doing a lot of customer gathering, it has to do, in most cases, with the conviction in your voice. You have to look at it, and if you're not speaking with conviction in certain aspects of this business, you're really not going to get people's attention. Like when somebody's on the phone with me, they're ready to hand over their firstborn because I'm so convicted on how, amazing this opportunity is, because I really have, I've learned it, I've digested it, I've listened to the presentations, I've listened to the people in the groups, I've watched the things, and I've learned from not just people that are outside, but people in my, in the organization, like obviously Laurette, which is pretty incredible. So Laurette, just out of curiosity, because a lot of people want the how-tos, what are maybe a couple of things that you believe or you've seen that have been successful with maybe how you made a direct question, or maybe you contacted somebody, or how is it that what is your technique in generating customers at this time?
Well, when I started, because in the first 5 months, this is what's so amazing, how fast things are going with iBoomerang. In the first 5 months, and I wrote this down, so forgive me, I just look at my notes real quick, but recruited 53 people personally, the vast majority first class, because why leave money on the table? They see the value of it. It just makes sense. People will do what you do. I, of course, came in at first class because it made sense. It's a business, right? And you get the most boomerangs. Now, since customer acquisition is the name of the game, and each boomerang is potentially worth at least $300 a year to you, right? Because they say if a family takes one good vacation a year, they're going to save, not spend, save about $600. You make half of whatever they save. So half of 600 is 300. So each boomerang, the activation code that's used to unlock the free customer website that they get to keep forever. That's why we call it the Uberizing of travel. Pretty amazing. So if I'm getting 50 of those at first class, that's potentially $15,000 worth of boomerangs right there. And it can be more, especially with the services, the other things that are coming. Right now, I checked this morning, I have 308 customers. So that times 300, that's potentially $92,400. Now, income disclaimer here, people have to use it, right? It's not going to just like, boom, all of a sudden, wow, there's money just flying out of my computer. No, they're going to be tempted, motivated, encouraged to use it to save money, because who wouldn't? They get it for free. It's like myself, Mike. I've got an Uber app on my phone. I live out in the middle of 40 acres in the Ozark foothills, surrounded by woods, deer, and bunny rabbits. Do I use Uber a lot? No, but I'm sure glad I've got it on my phone. It doesn't cost me anything. And whenever I use it, I save money, right? So when I went to Atlanta a couple of months ago, what did I use? My Uber app. It's going to be the same thing with our iBoomerang customers. So potentially having the boomerang just makes sense. When I reached out to people in the beginning, this is what I did. I wanted to take a personal approach. I don't believe in spam a lot. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do anything that devalues the boomerang, because it is something of great value that we get to give for free. People use this platform and they're selling it for like $5,000 and $10,000 in some places. We're able to give this behind the curtain pricing to people for free, as a blessing, as a gift, Right. So I would reach out to them, and it was in the summertime. And so I asked them, different friends, because I was a little nervous, quite frankly, at the beginning, because it was something new. What do I say when? And I thought, well, what would I respond to? What makes sense? What's my voice? You want to use your voice. And so one question that I asked was, are you going anywhere for vacation this year? I'd use Messenger on Facebook, or I'd text. It made sense. Now here we are, we're toward the end of summer. What's a great question? Did you go anywhere over summer? Did you? So asking something that opens the door to vacation, it always gives a smile on people's faces. I didn't find that so much in health and nutrition. You need to lose weight. Yeah, I do. That's not a happy thing. But if you say, do you love to travel? Where are you going? Where would you love to go? And then I shared things that you said, things that Holt and Bug said, just put my own spin on it, my own voice. One way that I reached out to people and had a huge surge, which is why I was up on the board there, because I didn't really expect this. But here's what I did, Mike, and this is something that everyone listening can do. You can only do it once a year, though. But I have a trick for you that you can use on top of that. It was my birthday, and I had over 300 people wish me a happy birthday. Well, I decided, instead of me getting gifts for my birthday, I want to gift you. And so I made a group Boomerang code, and everyone that wished me a happy birthday, I said, wow, thank you so much, Mary. That means so much to me. It was great. I had a great birthday, but you know what? I have a special gift for you. And I would give them the code for the Boomerang, and had a lot of people sign up. Now you're saying,
Wow.
well, I only have
that's pretty smart.
Isn't that cool? You could do that. You could absolutely do that. Now, your birthday's only once a year, right? But you know what? Facebook tells you every day whose birthday it is, right? And if you're on LinkedIn, other social media, why not give that kind of gift to people? So that's one way, personally, that you can get new customers.
That's a great idea. So speaking of which, with the customers, okay, so it's really, I think it's going to come down, like you and I have been talking about this. I've said it on multiple calls. I know you've said it on tons of your calls and your team's calls, that customer acquisition is the name of the game. And we're starting to see, we had to speculate as to where we thought this was going to go 6 months ago. Like we were like, hey, they're probably going to come out with some stuff. Hey, they're probably going to do this. You were there. I was there. What happened to you and your conviction level? Sorry, I got a cat trying to quit.
I got a dog here, so we're good.
My cat's like my cat's nice 1 minute, and the next minute you're all ripped. Anyhow, you were there at the event, and when they announced all these things, what I don't think people understand is it's just kind of the tip of the iceberg. And I want to tell everybody too to just calm down a little bit too. Okay, I'm gonna say this, however, politely, because as soon as they announce these things in this industry, especially, people typically just freak out, right? I challenge you to not lose sight of what is currently available that can get you the results now. Okay. Yes, you can go recruit your Uber driver, okay? But I'm telling you, you want to focus on activating Boomerang codes as much as possible, because I've seen this movie before where announcements come out and they have a prediction of a certain date, and sometimes it's delayed. It's just business. That's how life operates, right? So I would tell everybody and challenge you to make sure that you stay focused on activating these Boomerangs and promoting heavily what we currently have with the, hey, go test out our platform. Go become familiar with our platform, because then we're going to have the mobile or Boom Mobile, Vibe Rides, and so on. And you obviously, again, if you didn't watch this past Saturday's flight school, make sure you watch that, because they actually gave everybody some marching orders as to not say anything that they don't say. Okay, because I've learned, not to overpromise. You want to under promise, over deliver, basically, and not the other way around, because then you lose credibility and influence, and and then the next time something comes out, they don't believe you or anything like that. So you were at that event. but let's say it's all running and stuff like that. I mean, how excited were you when they made those announcements of what these things came from? Because is it just me, or do you believe that people will join this thing and just have large customer bases and not even big teams and make substantial money?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And my heart, Mike, when I first looked at that and that really sunk in, I realized that a lot of the people that had joined my teams in other companies, a lot of them were the tender hearts. A lot of them were the givers. A lot of them were the helpers and people who love other people, and not the as Holton says, the monkeys. He does the analogy of there's a tree that has to be climbed, and there's the fruit on the top of the tree, and there's a fish, there's an elephant, and a monkey, and hey, it's all the same tree. Whoever runs up there first is the winner. The fish is going, if I try, I'm going to die. The elephant says, I can't climb a tree, I can knock it over. The monkey goes, oh, this is great, this is for me. And the monkeys are the ones at the top of the tree. But if we see that here everybody can win, but timing is so essential right now. I can't stress that enough. It's like in real estate, the three most important words: location, location, location. In networking, it's timing, 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 timing. Because the day is going to come. Well, it already is right now for Uber. If I were making, 10 or 20 bucks or $100 or 300, but whatever it is, on every Uber app that I gave out, I would probably have like this, because people, oh, I'm good. I got the Uber app. Thanks anyway. There's going to be a time when people are going to, you're going to say, about Boomerang, oh, I'm good, I got it, because they have it forever. Why would they ever want to get rid of it? Now, here's what's so amazing: the symbiotic relationship that they're building within iBuumerang of Vibe Rides, which is the ride share. It's our higher, I would say, a higher level of service than Uber or Lyft, right? And if your customer is booking their travel through their iGo website, which will soon be an app, they're building an ecosystem where everything works together in this wonderful relationship. We know when they're going on their flight. We know the hotel they're going to. And so they can get a message that, hey, there's a Vibe ride outside that can take you to your hotel. And I love that every time that happens, a child is fed. In addition to that, you're earning income from that. Those people are saving money at no additional, charge to them. There are so many great things that how it fits together. Maybe the mobile phone, the Boom Mobile is going to be costing less. I just see this, and we've said this for months, right? That it's Uber technology with Amazon philosophy. What is it that your people want? Let's find out, and let's help them save money on it. And bless you, because that's what I do. That's what you do. We Boomerang. It's amazing. It's all fitting together. So I was super jacked, about it. We had like 30 people at launch, and I wanted to encourage people too, even if maybe you're a little bit, a little bit of trepidation about sharing the opportunity with others. Do it anyway. Use Mike, use me, use your upline, use each other, use the 5-star business group, the different tools that we have available. Let them do the talking. You're not the message. You're just the messenger. Chill a little bit and share with others, because you're going to help people to do that. Right now, we have close to about 300 people on our team. I didn't bring all of those people in, but people who Terry and Felicia are absolutely awesome. We have people in Africa. We have Mahalia in the United Kingdom. We have Mutia in the Philippines, and people in Norway, people all over. So I would say there are people who are praying for this opportunity. Right off the top of your head right now, think of someone who's done network marketing before. Yeah, that person that you thought of right now, write their name down. Reach out to them. Share with them these tips and tricks and things that Mike shares, that we share. And I tell you what, I would go with that. All right. And every time you share, you get a little bit stronger. The confidence builds a little bit. Keep those good things plugged into your ears, right? Keep good things. Go to YouTube. Listen to Holton Buggs, his cash cow training. Oh, this was done in 2004 when he was like 30 years old or 32. You'll see this is how that man got to be a multi-millionaire and has made many millionaires. Why not you? Why not you be one of them? This is your time right now, Mike. Wouldn't you say?
I'm in.
Yeah.
You sold me on it. You sold me on it. That's what makes this business exciting to me. Exciting. What's crazy about networking is it's a volunteer army. People, and in my opinion, I've just learned over the years that people are going to do what they want to do when they want to do it. But it's so exciting when you see those people that you see the masses, right? There's lots of people, and when you go to events and stuff, everybody raises their hand. I'm going to be a diamond. I'm going to be a diamond. That stuff. But it's so exciting when you see somebody that didn't listen to the naysayers, that didn't not take no for an answer, but didn't quit. Like I just honestly, I've been in this industry long enough that in my opinion, sometimes it's just not quitting. You got to do some activity and you got to do the right activities, be the messenger, like Laurette said, be the messenger. I'm sorry. Yeah. Be the messenger, not the message. Use tools. I answer. A lot of people, I think a lot of people don't believe me that I answer almost everything I can using a tool, using a video, a link, or a website, because I know that it's duplicatable and I'm always thinking on scale. Like when I say scale, what happens if I have a team of 100,000 people? I can't do three-way calls for everybody, right? So they can't do three-way calls. You have to have that level of thinking. But I totally rabbit trailed on my thoughts there because you got me all fired up because that was a fantastic the way you explained it. What's so funny, what cracks me up about you is you're not that. I'm taller than you, thank God. So I'm finally taller than somebody. Like if anybody, so did you see the picture of me with my nephews and my sons for the football game Friday? Like my one nephew's 6'6", my other nephew's 6'8". I'm 5'6" and like 3/4 with my shoes on, and it was funny because they're all like. And I looked at this photo, and Stacy goes, "You look like a dwarf," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." But anyhow, back to the point. What's so cool is sometimes you can't, like if I was to just see you, Laurette, at let's say the grocery store. Okay, and here's a lesson for you. And you were just pushing a cart or whatever, I would never have guessed that you have the fire, the passion, and the conviction in you that you do. Like it's really, it's awe-inspiring, God-inspiring, obviously, but it's just amazing to see how you do the things you do, or what you've been doing, and the consistency. And here's another tip for you: is if you really want to succeed, you have to be very careful at being more consistent and controlling your emotions during good and bad situations. Most people fail because they go right up here and they're like burned out, and then they have one thing happen and they plummet to the bottom. They go from a 1 to a 10, a 10 to a 1, a 2 to, you got to learn that stuff's going to happen. You want to try to stay in the 4 to 6 range. 4 to 6, get a little excited. All right, you're allowed to get down. That didn't happen. You didn't get your booms when you bought them a second ago. I mean, I had to laugh. Yeah, I had to laugh when people, the boom button came on. Somebody posted it, and it literally was like a hurricane water sale going on at the thing. And I'm like, come on, people, relax. I tried to log in because I was looking for something in my back office, not to buy boomerangs because I knew that was going to. And when you send that much traffic to any website, it's going to crash your site. the servers are going to get overwhelmed because they don't regulate that anyhow. But anyhow, again, rabbit trailed here. I got to stay on point here. I'm so excited, Laurette, for what you've done and the success that you have. I know that we're going to see you on stage with your shield in no time. I mean, that's a gimme. You've got a great group of people. Luckily, I was able to meet, I think a lot of them were able to come to the suite when we had that, and it was awesome to be able to point you out in front of everybody, to see your name on the board. And, I can tell you guys too, that Laurette's probably would be more excited knowing her to see your names up on the board than just hers or mine. I mean, that's when it becomes really, really fulfilling. So anyhow, I told you I wanted to shoot for about 30 minutes because that's my attention span. I try to stick to around that level when I do things in most cases. You got any parting words? I mean, because you obviously, it's fantastic. I hope people watch this again, because obviously we throw out some nuggets pretty fast. Laurette threw a lot of stuff out real fast. Watch it again, be inspired, be encouraged. But you got any kind of closing comments, Laurette, that little marching orders? Oh, and make sure, hey, Laurette, tell them, I'm going to whisper in your ear, tell them to buy those boomerangs in the back office because that deal won't be going on forever. So make sure if they didn't get their 100 boomerangs to make sure they load those up. But anyhow, some closing words. I want you to say a few things to people. Is that all right?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. One thing I'd suggest that you do too is also get your flight school. Okay, this in the Boom Gear, the flight plan calendar. You go to iBoom Hub, right? And there you'll see the link for boomgear.com. Look in the search bar, put calendar there because there's no graphic for it. This is so powerful. This will walk you through how to build your organization. You're going to write down what your goals are, what your dates are. I want you to start thinking like an entrepreneur. Stop thinking like a wage earner that you're owed something. Boy, that's coming up in me strong. Because I tell you what, hey, fist bump, rest of it, it. That's it. Because there are people who have left. I've had people who have left our team as a result because, I couldn't get more boomerangs when I wanted. Well, incentives or this wasn't working. See, that's part of it. We are at the stage, just being on the 11th, it'll be 6 months, that Apple was after 2 years. We are number 1 in momentum at businessforhome.org. We are number 10 of fastest growing companies of all companies, not just networking, but that's growjoe.com. The momentum is huge. The growth is huge. It takes an entrepreneurial mindset. But Laurette, I've never done anything like that before. Well, that's why this has been handed to you on a silver platter. But you have got to do the work right here and decide, I'm going to take responsibility for my own business. I'm going to go into my dashboard. I see that there are booms for sale. I'm going to get them right now because I'm going to get more customers. I want my name up on the board there. If each one is worth at least $300 a year for me, for my family, for my legacy, for my future, because those people are not going to leave. Your customers are not going to leave. Why would they? You think I'm going to get rid of my Uber app, even though I use it maybe once or twice a year? That's the same kind of thing. Start thinking like an entrepreneur. Get good books. Look at it was a couple of weeks ago that Holton gave a list of 10 top books that he follows. Also ones that I would suggest are Dr. Caroline Leaf, Switch on Your Brain. Dr. Caroline Leaf, Switch on Your Brain, and Katie Souza, Healing for the Wounded Soul. Because a lot of times the things that are holding us back are things that are keeping us down. Healing for the Wounded Soul and Switch on Your Brain. Those are things that will make a difference. And I know Mike and I will see you at the top. Write down what it is that you want to have happen. Think like an entrepreneur and you'll get it. You absolutely will. We'll help you. We're a team. We're here with you. Thanks for this opportunity, Mike.
Absolutely. Hey, Beast Mode said it all. And I'm going to just end the call right there as it was. So good job, Laurette. You are fantastic. Go out there and do today what others won't, and you will live tomorrow like others can. I'm Mike. This is Laurette. Have a great one, and we'll see you at the top. Plenty of room. Thanks, guys.
Amen.